Might as well go live. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, JT Vega, and I'm going to go ahead and play this intro, so here we go. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Tonight I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some stuff that's been going on for a while, and a lot of people are pretty upset right now. Some recent happenings, some stuff that happened. I'm not really happy about it right now, because there's been some stuff that's been really tough for me to talk about, considering that there's been a lot of things that happened. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff that happened recently. There was an incident in Puerto Rico that really upset me. And yes, it really did upset me, because a lot of people have been talking about this issue. And it's not something I want to talk about, but then again, I have to, because a lot of people are concerned about what happened in Puerto Rico. And I can only tell you one thing. My aunt has talked about this. My cousins, everyone in my family talked about this on Facebook. I can't really show you that stuff, but I will show you the stuff that's been happening. And I'm sorry if I hit that loud voice right there. Let me go ahead and show you guys the video. I'm going to lower the volume a little bit over to this thing, and I will show you the clips that happened in Puerto Rico where they went to the warehouse and found the supplies that were possibly expired. And of course, this was kind of upsetting to me, because a lot of people have been showing this on social media, and it's very, very upsetting to me, because a lot of people were very not happy, especially what happened in the situation in Puerto Rico. So I'll show you guys on social media what happened. As you can see right here. And as you can see, that this was put out there. They found a whole bunch of stuff in a warehouse that was hidden from everybody since the hurricanes happened. And a lot of people were not happy by what happened, because a lot of the stuff that happened with this situation, it escalated. And you can tell that they actually found more stuff in this warehouse, such as water jugs, which I recognize because I used to live in Puerto Rico when I was a kid. They use that for emergencies a lot, especially in certain situations. You can see that they...
¿Ustedes saben cuántas veces yo he ido a buscar de esas carpas? ¿Ah? Y la gente necesitándola, brother. Esto es un descaro. Esto es un descaro. Mira las carpas.
Es que me está raro. Corrección, bombero.
No, olvídate de eso. Eso no, oye, eso no, olvídate de eso. No menciona a ellos, no tiene que ver con eso. Es el descaro del gobierno que tiene esto guardado aquí. ¿Entiendes? Porque si yo trabajo para el gobierno, aunque sea limpiando baños, y me mandan a limpiar, yo tengo que hacer. ¿Entiendes? Pues es el descaro de esto. Estos son carpas, brother. Carpa. Y estos son toldos. Miren. Cuando FEMA los dio, lo dejaron aquí tirado. Ah, y por eso el gobierno quiere después que le demos las cosas. Miren, tanta gente necesitando, mira. Coño, mira esto, brother. Tanta gente. Yo no sé.
And those were tents. Those were actually used a lot. Those were tarps. And some of the stuff was water bottles, some of his stuff, and I knew that they actually had something else here that they were going to show us here. You can see that they had a whole bunch of more stuff.
Todas ganas de llorar, brother.
And they were holding this stuff.
Ready, mío. Comidas de emergencia. Esto es lo que dan ganas de llorar, brother. De verdad, no es contigo, brother. No es contigo, ¿viste? No es contigo.
And this kind of upset a lot of people because a lot of that stuff was hidden. The governor of Puerto Rico has been exposed for withholding emergency aid disaster relief from the Hurricane Maria. Local firefighters have discovered the warehouse stuffed off with aid supplies. And this kind of stuff pissed off a lot of people. And it's also trending right now on social media. And right now people are talking about this because this has been exposed. Because right now a lot of manga hat people are making fun of this. The San Juan mayor, help us, we're dying. Nasty. Because they're blaming her for the whole situation because of what happened. The people of the island of Puerto Rico are furious about their former governor, Ricardo Rosario, and currently the governor, Wanda Velasquez Grace, bringing them under a lot of scrutiny for withholding these emergency supply aids to the people of Puerto Rico. And a lot of people are really upset. The hurricane uprising, earthquakes, meteorites, and now that we discovered over 7 giant storage units holding undistributed post-Maria aid. Puerto Rico is entering an era of profound grief on top of the anger and failure of our politicians. We are talking to the street on Monday again. This had really upset a lot of people in Puerto Rico right now because this also upset me because my aunt was suffering. I have several aunts that live in Puerto Rico. Cousins that live there, aunts and uncles that were suffering. My mom had to donate money for gas because they needed a power generator. My mom sent the power generator to them in order to get the lights on. That's what happened. And my aunt, she's a very old woman. She's like in her 70s right now, in her 80s. And this happened. That's what infuriates me a lot about this whole situation in Puerto Rico because that's what happened. And a lot of people, you can see right here in the videos,
allí se vive mucha indignación, ¿verdad? Sabemos que muchos...
They were withholding a lot of things. Huggies, diapers, you name it. They were holding a lot of stuff for people that needed that stuff. Food, water, a lot of things that were happening. It was sad because this became a sad and angry situation that pissed me off. And a lot of Puerto Ricans right now are pretty furious because they withheld a lot of this stuff. And I'll show you.
Miren cómo están los pampers ahí, mírenlo.
Yeah.
4 meses. Mírenlo ahí. Miren, comida de bebé.
Yeah, food, water, you name it. Juices for kids, the diapers, you can name it. They had it in that storage warehouse. And a lot of people were not happy to find out about this, especially me, because my family was, surprisingly, they survived. My aunt went through Maria, and it's sort of sad. And right now, they're making memes of this. Finish then, Puerto Rico. I know, people are literally making memes of this. And it's like, the riot police have been deployed by the government residents to protest the mounting following the discovery of the warehouse fully unused aid for the Hurricane Maria. Last time it happened in July 2019, the governor was ousted. We may have seen history repeat itself once again. Yeah. And right now they're trying to protect the man because right now people are really personally upset about this. Because the tarps and everything, and all that stuff was withheld to help those people. For any of the supporters of Trump, you are supporting the cruel and evil decision. Trump and Carlson are releasing the long overdue funds in Puerto Rico, but saying that Puerto Ricans can't even be paid $15 wage. It's like this is this type of stuff that people are upset about. Personally, I'm going to say this right now. This is a sad moment in history because a lot of people are, if you're outraged by second class treatment of Puerto Ricans received after Maria, if your heart breaks reading about 600 reported deaths and you want to aid your fellow Americans, this is the chance to help. A little help. Please spread and consider donating if you can. Thank you. And a lot of people have been doing it. I'll take it the tweets to prove I'm an asshole for $800. And it's like they're blaming each other over this. Because Wanda, a lot of people are making fun of Wanda. Life would suck if Puerto Rico's social media did not exist. If you're curious why Puerto Ricans are protesting again so soon, here's a meme my family just sent for me. Governor Juan of Velasquez, administrator as the same as the predecessor of the former boss Ricardo Rosario, even his dad, who notoriously corrupt administrated in the 90s. This has become a problem lately, and a lot of people are not happy. And it's becoming one of those situations where, I'll listen to this.
The governor at her press conference spoke about Guaynabo, Ponce, but I saw a report that you were quoted as saying there may be up to close to a dozen. Can you clarify that?
Well, there are 7 warehouses in Puerto Rico. 2 of them are the warehouses that we have mentioned that belong to the state. One in Ponce, one in Guaynabo. The other 5 that are located in Ponce, Calley, Ceiba, Bayamón, and Caguas, they are federal warehouses administered by FEMA.
Understood. Thank you. Can you tell me the aid that is in those warehouses that the state owns, Guaynabo and Ponce, was that aid, and forgive me everyone, I just landed in Richmond, Virginia, so what you're hearing is the intercom here at the airport. General, can you tell me the 2 state-owned warehouses, the aid that is inside of them, where did that aid come from?
The aid, there is no inventory, David. One thing that we realized that when the governor assigned me to the State Emergency Management Agency, I requested a copy of the inventories. So there is no inventory. So there is no way that I can tell you the precedents where those goods and commodities came from. I just know they are there. So we are conducting that full inventory. And certainly the order is to distribute that to the people in need.
General, does it appear that some of the aid has been there since Hurricane Maria or shortly thereafter?
That's the appearance. That it seems that they were probably donations. They are the washer, dryers, they are pampers and commodities, first necessity for the people. So it seems that they might be some donations that the agency acquired after Maria, or the remaining commodities that were at the different locations after Maria closed operations.
General, why weren't those commodities distributed in the immediate aftermath of the earthquakes?
That's a good question, David. And I have to be honest with you, I don't really know why. Apparently, they were kept in secret, and the governor was always told that the commodities were distributed properly and accordingly to the contingency plan. So it was a lack of information being provided to the governor, and sometimes she was not properly informed of all these commodities being warehouses at these warehouses.
Did you, sir, know the existence of these warehouses before all this went down? Did you know that they existed?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
I know very well the contingency plan of the Puerto Rico National Guard, and as you know, I was the dual status commander in charge of the DOD forces here in Puerto Rico for about 90 days after Maria. So I was well acquainted with the regional distribution points, but I didn't know the existence of these two warehouses. When I look at the contracts of these two warehouses, they were agreed after Maria. So after completing the emergency operations after Maria, it looks like the agency realized that there were some commodities left over and some donations after the Maria hurricane, and they decided to establish a contract and to warehouse these commodities in these two locations.
So the state was paying. Do you know how much money they were paying monthly to house all this?
I have the contracts in front of me. I can give you the details. I believe one of the warehouses is 41,000 square feet, and the other one is 29.7 thousand square feet. I see the total of the contract, but I have to be honest with you. I don't know if it is annual or the total of the contract since 2018. One started on June 21st, 2018, and the other one in April 2019. I can certainly provide you more details. I just see the total, but I cannot.
What is the
total for the one started in 2018, 41,000 square feet? We're talking about $622,000. That's the total amount of this contract. But I'm not sure, and I don't want to give you an estimate if it is annual or for the total of years since June 2018. The other one is 268,000 for the 29.7 thousand square feet. That started in April 4, 2019.
And the smaller warehouse, is that the Ponce one or the
The smaller warehouse is the one in Guaynabo, David.
Guaynabo, okay.
Guaynabo.
General, have you had a chance to walk inside of both the Guaynabo and the Ponce one?
No, not at all. This is the first day I'm here at the agency. So as a new head of the agency, I requested a report from each one of the directorates, personnel, budgeting, and all that. And then I went over the operations to familiarize myself with the operations of the agency. So I will go out.
My God.
But I have seen.
Yeah, and this has been going on for a while, ladies and gentlemen. This has been going on for a while, and I personally had to step aside from this because this is what's going on. And it's been almost months, weeks. And it kind of really upsets me a lot. A lot of people have been talking about this, and this has been a real surprise to me because a lot of people have been talking about this, and it really hurts me, especially finding this out because a lot of my aunts who are very old had suffered for a while without food, without water. But luckily, a lot of people have been trying to, help out. The strength of Puerto Rico, they always try to survive no matter how hard it is. And it's kind of sad that this happened, especially, my family has for generations have been suffering from, they got hit by a lot of hurricanes. Right now, I'm just laughing about this. Oh boy, positive vibes, encounter moment daily. Oh, thank you, nice lady. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just looking at social media. 20 billion HUD funds. Okay, so Puerto Rico's disaster money, and the federal government claims they are releasing only a fraction of what Congress has appropriated. They must release a full funds that have been held up for years so Puerto Rico can rebuild. Puerto Ricans are American citizens, treat them like it. And I do agree with that because right now it's kind of sad that this is becoming a situation where, this is where both sides of the dime is going to happen. Because, like what he said, another government full of democratic scum. Really, Puerto Rico withheld aid from people in just desperate need of drinking water. And this had happened for a long while because it became a back and forth situation politically. And I really wish they didn't do this. But unfortunately, when the earthquakes hit, it kind of revealed a lot of things that happened. And this is where it gets to the point where people are through the mayor. Okay, the governor, Wanda Velasquez, was Secretary of Justice, and through the mayor of Paredes, very hard for some supplies. While it was made for a long view with stored and hidden supplies of the government of Ricardo Rosario, she is also guilty of everything. Yeah, a lot of people are blaming her too in this whole issue, because right now this is becoming one of the serious issues about the corruption that happened within Puerto Rico and how bad it was, because it just turned into a really sick mess, and people have the right to be angry, blaming those people for what they have done, abusing their power and withholding it from the Puerto Rican people, which I am personally upset, because I have several aunts that live there, and it's sad that this happened to them. And my mom wanted them to get out of there because of a lot of the stuff that's been going on, especially what's been happening lately. Because the thing is, my aunt, she works hard for the family. She does everything she can for the family, and my mom had to put out money every time she had the chance that she had, because they were begging her and calling her, hey, can you give us money for gas, for the electricity, because we had to give her money for a power generator. My mom did everything she could, and it was sad, because I remember when I was there visiting my mom, she had did everything she could to donate money to the family, because they were hurting. They were hitting hard, especially when that hurricane hit. And right now, people are very frustrated and angry to find out about this. And it's sort of sad, because I have family there. And this is kind of what hurts me about this. And a lot of people like this, here's what happened. What's going on? A lot of people are voting for, because the protesters demand Puerto Rico's governor resign after residents discovered the warehouse full of relief supplies. And this is something that a lot of people are talking about, and this is becoming one of those situations where Puerto Rico is very, upset about this. And I know that it's becoming one of those situations that are pretty bad right now. So anyways, I guess I better go ahead and change the subject here. I know that people have been talking to me a lot. If you want to say something on the stream, go ahead. I would gladly like to hear from you guys, because I gotta get off sooner or later, and hopefully things won't be that bad. So let me see here. Let me see if I can look around. Oh yeah, that stupid Virginia thing that's been going on. A lot of people are talking about that too, and it's a big surprise too. There's nothing. Yeah, a lot of people are putting out their guns, pulling out the guns for Harambe type of situation, and I'm looking at that too. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I remember this. I remember this one. I thought it was kind of hilariously cute, but some people were harassing an artist that did this whole little cute little meme thing, thought it was funny, and a lot of people were attacking the person for that meme. And it was the DS Vault one, and I will show you guys. Let me go ahead and switch over and show you, as you can see right here, the DS Vault. A lot of people were laughing about that one and thought it was really cute. The art and a lot of people in the artist community attacked the person over this, and the person had to delete it because they didn't understand what it meant. But it's kind of sad that the DS Vault thing was just so funny. Personally, I don't really have an issue with this art. I don't really care if it's offensive. I'm sorry that for the hurt and offensive of my meme has caused. I didn't know what it meant, and I thought it was from a video game. And I will be more careful when creating memes next times. Considering the person is an Asian from Asia, you can assume that the person didn't understand what the heck they were doing, and the fact that people were getting upset about it. Wow, guys, very humble and flattered and loving getting my peers here. It's been a ride. Yeah, and it's kind of funny though, because a lot of people like making fun of the whole thing, and I don't really have a problem with this. It's just not really a big issue, really. So let's go ahead and switch over to the screen right now. I guess I should really talk about this because there's been a lot of talk of things that have been going on. And yeah, I guess I better go ahead and let's see. Let's see here. Oh my God, this is okay. Okay, this is funny. All right, let's go ahead and show you guys this hilariously. Oh man, I hate when that happens. I didn't even click on the thing that was. Let's see here. Oh, that's funny. Skeletor. Oh my God. I don't know why these people did that. Let's see. Riot police armed citizens and journalists in Hong Kong. Wow, they've been spraying paintballs at them. Wow, they've been shooting. Police rampage shooting defensive reporters and citizens. Wow, that's been pretty bad. Yep. Let's see here what we got. Okay. Alright, I will go ahead and see what we got here because this is really creepy. So I guess I better go ahead and see what we have here. Let me see if I could find something that would be good for the news because this is ridiculous enough as it is. So let's see what we could find here that would be interesting news for everybody. Because there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. And let's see if I remember. That was that one chick from... Let me go ahead and go to... let's see if I remember, because I saw this for a while back. And let's see here. Let's see. Let's see if I remember correctly. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, the Cthulhu thing. Let me go ahead and look that up because I remember looking up the Cthulhu thing, and a lot of people were talking about Cthulhu And that new Cthulhu RPG that some Mad Hat Studios decided to make, and I kind of had to agree with someone pointing this out. The tabletop gaming has become a sad state of affairs, and I would like to show you guys what they were trying to put out there, and it kind of was cringy as hell. It was like a cringy message. The Fate of Cthulhu is a game that deals with many hard topics, including mental health, systematic abuse of power, deaths of huge portions of human species. Make sure all the players are aware of these things and gives enthusiastic content before they begin playing. Also, Howard Philip Lovecraft was a racist and anti-Semitic. There, we said it. Yeah, but he also married a Jewish woman. Literally, he did. And a lot of people don't know this. He married a Jewish woman that really supported his writings. And a lot of people don't realize that. So, over the years, he kind of, went crazy. He was still an insane guy. We could give many examples, but they are easy to find with a simple internet search. Look up the name of his cat, for instance. HPL was over the top even for his time. Yeah, he actually wrote some really disturbing stuff, and I heard some of the stuff that he did. Yes, he did. He wrote the thing called The Creation of the N-Word, and his wife pretty much married him knowing who he was. Yes, and he admitted to this, and he actually and his wife stayed with him for a very long time. And that wife was very, even though he died at 48, I believe, which was the bizarre thing about him, because he had a really, oversensitive outlook of things. Now we have gotten to the issue and open. Let us turn to our attention to why we find the Cthulhu mythos, of which we planted the seed, fruitful garden, which to find stories. Lovecraft once said, "The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and the strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown." He filled the void of knowledge with his imagination, creating old ones, forbidden knowledge, strange religion, and fantastic superstition, threats to society, and suspicion of what science might unlock. We can acknowledge the fear behind his imagination and also re-examine what came out in recent years. And many writers, including writers of color, have flipped it to the perspective of some of Lovecraft's most famous stories and made brilliant new works. Excellent examples is Ballad of the Black Tom by Victor Lola, Dream Quest of Velvet Boy by Kaja Johnson, Hammers of the Bone of Cassandra Call, if that's how you pronounce it, Wintertide by Ruthena Emeris, whatever, if that's how you pronounce it, and Agents of Dreamland by Kathleen R. Kinman. We hope to use them for inspiration just as much as the Lovecraft's original work. And of course they say this other stuff's like gender identity or role-playing of others. Storytelling, it's like this is kind of weird though, and it's like they introduce this weird like cultural identity thing, and it's like, my God, you guys are really starting to be cringy as hell. It's like you guys are a real sex cult. If you're a fascist, you're not welcome to play this game. Okay, then you're becoming a fascist. Because I don't really recall, because fascism does not welcome anyone, and therefore you are becoming a fascist. It's against the rules. If you're reading this and thinking you're just call everyone you disagree with a fascist, then you're probably a fascist. No, you probably are a fascist because you're saying that I'm a fascist, but you don't know what the definition of fascism means. It means that if you don't like the person, then you're possibly a fascist. Because that person may disagree with you, that person may not like you, that person may not try to But if you want to keep them away, that's fine. But still, you're a fascist. Acknowledge the political climate has caused to oppress the hyperbolic. Don't play this game. That's fine. I kind of agree with that. I don't want to play that. It's pretty. I can tell by the looks of it, you want to make it more inclusive with nothing but men in it. I don't see any women in this. Just a bunch of guys, you know, in leather straps and muscles. Yeah, I can see what's going on here. This is pretty much disturbing to me, on the fact that you guys got like purple. I don't know what the hell that is, but I don't know if that's supposed to be used for something in a sex orgy. I don't know. If you're trying to promote a sex orgy in an RPG, in a sexual manner of a sex cult type of scenario, good luck with that. I'm not into that stuff, so this is pretty weird. I'm out, because this is ridiculously bad. So anyways, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the next thing, because a lot of people have been talking about this. I never feel the need to ask what side am I on political situations, similar debate. You already lost me. Welcome to the internet. Yeah. So today I'm going to go ahead and talk about this whole issue and what's going on, because a lot of people are talking about this, and the dangerous rise of men who won't date woke women. Because no one wants to date woke women. Because, let's see here. No one wants to date them because they're afraid they might get into trouble. Let's see here. You know, I would watch that. Just because it's ridiculous. I would watch that. Let me see. That, maybe. The hair, maybe. That could work too if they put that into Thundercraft's world redesign. Let's see. That would work. That would work. Nicolas Cage, No More Heroes. I didn't know he liked Magaziner. I didn't realize. Oh, man. That's cool. Let me see. That's Conan the Barbarian. Let's see here. I guess I better go ahead and transition to the next thing, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and I don't know what to tell you guys. I know that my stream isn't that good. Okay, we recommend you use a stream bitrate of 45K and normal latency. I wanted to use ultra low latency, but I guess that's not enough. Yes, I would play Xenogears 1, 2, and 3, and also the original Xenosaga on the Switch. Seems like someone liked to do that. Yes, I would like to do that. Yes, I will retweet that, because I would love to see that. Because I did play the original one, and it's sad that people are doing that. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, speaking of which, let's see. Wario. Okay, woohoo. Alright, let's see here. Now, that's a pretty good art style. I like it. That's pretty cool. So, let's see here. Alright, let me go ahead and go home and look up something that could be interesting and newsworthy. Because I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't have anyone on line. I would discuss with somebody about this, but unfortunately they're not here, and I haven't really reached out to them. They haven't been online. I would love to discuss with them about what's going on. Dang. Yeah, she's going too far with that. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I can get somebody on, because I don't know what to do here. I know that Colonel Blackguano's here. Let me see if I can get him online. Let's see here. Who's on? Let's see here. I don't know who's online. I gotta go look up some stuff. Oh god, I really am cringy as fuck with this bullshit. I'm reading that book. Oh god, this is cringy as hell. Should really try to look for something. Because I don't know, I haven't been really prepared, because I had some issues today with real life stuff, and it's really sad for me because I had to deal with the fact that I got to get a new car, and I don't ask for money because I got to deal with reality, and I got a job in real life, and the fact that it sucks for me to deal with those things, I have to deal with it because I'm an adult, and sometimes people are not going to like what I have to say about things, but as far as I know, I gotta deal with reality, and that's what it is that I have to live with. And I know that some people don't like to discuss a lot of the issues at hand, especially because a lot of people would get into your business and try to either discredit you or attack you for something, and it happens a lot. And you just can't really trust an audience that way to tell people, hey, blah, 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 this is what's going on with my real life. This is what's happening. And I don't really, try to do that to people, because I understand that a lot of people do this for fun as a hobby. But if you're like a really hot chick, for example, there would be some creepy dudes that would stalk you. And it's kind of funny when I look at this whole situation with a lot of people on the internet. You find out some really interesting stories, and those interesting stories tend to be a little bit creepy. Like, there was a guy that happens to be really creepy, and we were like looking at a video of this one guy who was defending a streamer, and I found it really disturbing because this guy was really because this girl was really outlandish, and a lot of people, from what I heard, she was demanding money, and I was like looking at some YouTube video about it from you know who. Let's see if I can remember because I was watching it today. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, I found it right over here. Let's see if I can find it, because I know I seen the let me look at the history here. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about her. It's Bad Bunny, which I kind of had to agree with some people about it, because it's really pathetic. It's more pathetic than we thought. Let's look at the stuff from another content creator and see if I could get that right now. Let's see. I hate that. It always does that a lot with commercials. Let's see. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this girl, what she was saying. Now, I'm going to show you guys something.
Saying that, like, I want subs on Livestream Fails because there's like a smattering of angry insults in here today. I should honestly do that more often. It's It's really
I
funny.
didn't even watch the clip, but I did see the post. I assume you were joking, right?
Of course I was joking. I was started
Like-
doing this. I started like, man, give me subs. It's whatever. I don't know.
What the fuck?
People
What is
are-
wrong with these weirdo incels?
They're really weird. Women are evil, and they're just finding a way to fit something into that narrative. We're a bunch
I
of
really.
cis-
How do I call in? You don't, you fucking non-subbing fucking poor. You don't. Everyone who is here for the first time is like, hey, I've never done anything for you and I just met you, but can I call in and talk to you? Why are you so special? Who are you?
You're talking to me?
No, not you. No. This is just idiots that are trying to, like, talk to me. They're always trying to get in voice chat with me to talk to me. Like, can I get in voice chat? They're always never subs. Including yourself.
So.
And the reason why this is getting retweeted and liked so much is because she's an attractive woman who didn't act like a nice person. Sexually frustrated incels angry.
I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab,
I think I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched, like, a vampire touching volleyball.
Oh God.
The thing is,
Wow,
he's
this
in a-
only has 980 views, and it's from Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest streamers on the platform, and no.
Oh God, this guy. Oh God, this is ridiculous. Okay, let's look at the other one that I thought was I kind of had to agree with this person's point about what she said. Like, there was a video. Let me see if I can.
Team Fight Tactics. Play it now for free.
Oh my God, League of Legends is about to... Oh yeah, by the way, League of Legends is being sued for they actually settled for 10 million, but they should have gotten 400 million instead, from what I heard. There was a really big deal with that. And oh my God, because apparently there was a lot of scandals that were going around about the harassment and all that other stuff that's been going on, and a lot of people have been talking about this. And this is kind of weird, though, because a lot of people have been talking about this streamer for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this.
$1 a month. How are you have
Okay, here we go.
$5 a month? $5 a month. How are you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? All right, everyone in the chat's making me depressed with all their sad and sob stories about how their life is over and they can't afford $5 a month.
The woman you've just seen berating her audience for not giving her enough money on Twitch is named Bad Bunny, and she's pretty infamous for saying stuff like this.
$5 a month, guys. Come on, give her $5. Someone throw $5 at her, at least in public. Throw $5 at her. Someone get a slingshot and throw $5 at her at least, because that's all she needs to help support her drug habit, or possibly her liquor, habits as well. So we need to give her $5, because she actually has a really nice, chair right there. So we need to give her $5 a month in order to supply her really big habits, such as spending on video games and and her new clothes and all that other stuff. So $5 a month can actually help this poor woman who's been streaming for a very long time and yelling and screaming at people like she's a drug addict. For $5 a month, she wouldn't have to bitch anymore. So let's give her $5 a month. Yeah, right, I'm not going to do that. Anyways, let's continue.
Like, how do you think free entertainment is available to you. It's because other people actually provide money so you can be a cheap ass. That's it. Other people provide money because they're generous and they see like a thing that they want to support.
So give her $5 so she wouldn't have to be this much. God, this is so ridiculous. For $5. $5, motherfuckers. $5. $5 freaking dollars. So she wouldn't have to be broke forever. Just give her $5. That's all she's gonna deserve is $5. So if you give her $5 a month, plus whatever the hell she wants, $5, so she could afford a pizza or some latte or something or some bubble gum, I don't know, but for $5 she could easily get herself a soda or something. I don't know, because I don't know where she lives, because some states they tend to, you know, make things expensive down there, and it's kind of sad that a lot of people pointed out, you know, her behavior and everything is very toxic and very abusive, and I'm surprised, you know, Twitch does not want to, you know, bring her down because they don't want to, you know, hurt her feelings, or because this is the type of behavior we see in some streamers. But when she kind of gets off on trying to, you know, insult, you know, her audience, that's when you realize, you know, yeah, I don't want to deal with her. I don't want to watch her content. And I think most people need to understand, you know, if you don't like a person's content, you have every right to refuse to watch it. Just as much as my content isn't that great either, and I'm not claiming to be this great, you know, content creator, because I know from experience that I suck at this, but I do try. And I know that people don't appreciate my content as much, but they do tend to criticize the content as it is. And I had people, you know, come in, you know, troll me and try to, you know, criticize my content, and that's fair. And that's really fair for them. But when they go overboard saying things like that and not give out reasonable criticism, I have to block them and ignore them. Because I'm sorry, that's not really, you know, very useful criticism. As far as I know, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to switch this out. But the woman begging for $5, ladies and gentlemen, $5. Come on. Imagine, I'm going to have to throw $5 at her face. You know, literally just throw $5 at her just to tell her, you know, here's your $5, lady. You know, chuck it and throw it at her. You know, if she wants $5, give her $5, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't, when you see her on the street, just chuck $5 at her. And just be like, bam, here's your $5, bitch. That's what they should have done. But here's some more audio clips from what she said.
A form of entertainment they want to support, and then you leech. But that's the reality of it, period. If you're watching Twitch as a non-donating, non-sub, you are leeching. Does that mean that you should feel bad about it? I don't know. But the reality is that you are leeching.
But more recently as yesterday, she released an insane stream, or an insane segment of a stream, which she just continuously dug into her audience for not having enough money, or pretending to not have enough money to support her Twitch career. So let's look into the stream in question. It's about a 7-hour stream. I guess previously in this stream she had made some speech about the importance of subscriptions. They're clearly very important to her, and this is where we start her rant.
How did my whole speech about how I need subs and to get the stream going, if you like the content, blah, 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 how that results in 0 subs? There are regulars here. $5 a month. How are you having hours of time to watch me and not $5? Life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching.
Bad Baby, I hate to break it to you, but there are a bunch of reasons why people may not be able to afford $5 to voluntarily support your live stream. Aside from, you know, other financial stresses and strains, the main thing that comes to mind is the fact that you create free content. Your viewers are there voluntarily and they support voluntarily. You are not owed anything. I can relate as a person who also makes free content. Luckily, make most of my content on YouTube.com, and YouTube runs advertisements on my videos, so my viewers just watch an ad, and that makes me enough money to do this full time, as well as supplementary donations, subscriptions, and memberships that I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. But I chose to create free content for a living. You chose the same thing, and our viewers voluntarily continue to watch our stuff and voluntarily support us. We are not owed anything whatsoever. But she's got a lot more to say, so let's continue with this.
That's Q-Star, ladies and gentlemen.
Segment of the live stream.
There are I have a wall of non-subs. This is fucking actually really heartbreaking. Because it's like people just really really don't respect me as a content creator. This is
$5, ladies and gentlemen. $5.
Actually really hard. It makes me feel really hard. It really breaks my heart, to be honest with you. Like, it's not even funny. It's really, like, heartbreaking.
This is absolutely infuriating to me. Bad Bunny, do you realize you're living the Twitch streamer's dream? Do you know how many Twitch streamers would kill to have people in the stream, have an active chat, have people talking to each other and talking to you?
Yeah, and this is where it gets to the point where she's getting upset with people, or being thankful and humble about the fact that she got somebody to donate $5.
Like, that is what being a Twitch streamer, being a streamer is all about, and you're upset, you're heartbroken because not enough of those people have sub badges next to their names. Not enough of those people aren't leeching, as you would say.
It's January, it's a hard fundraising month. Alright, everyone keep telling yourselves why it's hard fundraising month, because it's January. In the meantime, y'all are watching me for hours every single day. And not $5 for like 50 hours of content consumed.
So I guess someone in the chat decided to come at her with the logic of, oh, maybe right after the holidays when people were trying to give nice gifts to their family and friends, maybe it's a difficult fundraising month, and she's like, stop with your excuses. I need money. Don't tell me about how difficult it is for you to raise funds. I'm trying to raise funds. Like, the hypocrisy is insane. And I feel like I have a pretty good perspective on this as a content creator. January of 2020 has been one of the worst financial months for me and performance months for me as a YouTuber, but I still feel incredibly privileged to be able to do this for a living, and incredibly privileged to have so many people still watching and still supporting. I can't imagine having this.
Yep. $5, guys. That's pretty much what's going on. I gotta skip through this. I really hate when they do the commercial ads, because sometimes some of them are okay, some of them are okay. But that's how, you know, YouTube is trying to make their revenue.
I get that people have financial issues, but like, I don't believe that half of my fucking viewership is all suffering from crippling financial issues while also having hours upon hours every single day of time that they can spend watching Twitch. I find that very hard to believe that your financial issues are so horrific that you have hours and hours every day to watch Twitch, yet you don't have $5 to spare for an entire month. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I really, truly don't believe it. That's why they have financial issues. Honestly, they need to reevaluate something. They really need to reevaluate your life choices.
Okay, Bad Bunny, you're telling me that your audience needs to reevaluate their life choices because they're consuming free content for free. Maybe you're the one that needs to reevaluate your life choices and get a job so that your unsuccessful Twitch career isn't sinking you financially. I'm sorry it's going so bad for you, but I can easily explain why it's going so bad for you. You are toxic. You are unlikable. You are lashing out at the people that choose to watch you as entertainment. This is insane.
Whoa, new sub. Thank you, Penguin, for gifting us up to Charmhole. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so I will give her a tiny shred of credit where credit is due. At least she seemed somewhat appreciative of that sub she just got. Wouldn't it have been insane if she were just like, thank you, finally, just one sub? Can't you afford more? But I honestly wouldn't have been too shocked to hear that.
Alright, everyone in the chat's making me depressed with all their sad sob stories about how their life is over and they can't afford $5 a month.
I am actively suffering continuing to watch this. So
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. She deserves to get $5 in real life. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a $5 bill, throw it at her, please. If you see her in public, throw $5 at her so she can get $5. So that we can help her get her soda or whatever. And just say, here's $5. Bitch. There you go.
Haters. So I would assume most of your fan base is just genuinely trying to explain to you why they can't afford to support you this month. Oh, this hurts me so badly.
But again, if you really, truly can't afford $5 a month to support the stream, fine. I just think that a lot of people
Yes.
say
If she goes to TwitchCon, please give her $5 in real life.
How did that move? That's weird.
Give her $5.
Yeah, oh my god! Okay, first Andy Moogle.
That somebody would rant about this sort of thing. Everybody that enjoys me, I even support some on Patreon or through subscribe.
Yeah, because this is the thing that bothers me the most about this is that, yes, I think $5 a month, if you really want to support her in real life, if you know where she lives or something like that, just give her $5 so she won't have to be mad at everybody. She wouldn't have to be such a bitch all the time. So I'm sorry if I had to say that, but it's true. Because this is kind of sad hearing this type of situation, because it's like $5, guys. Come on, give her $5 freaking dollars. Yes, meatballs and tuna. The sub she wanted was Subway. I watched some of it. I need $5. Yeah, we all do want $5. I wish I had $5. God damn it. But unfortunately, I spent that money in buying a new wired mouse. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, $5 freaking dollars, and that's what I need to do. I need to spend that money on a new mouse that I actually bought, and I spent that money on food too, and that's the truth. But you know how I got that money? I work. That's the truth. I actually work my ass off to get that money. And I kind of do feel bad that sometimes I wish I could just, become a successful YouTuber, but it takes time, work, and effort, and also the fact you have to really, create content that people like. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, especially streamers who make this type of, demand to be respected type of thing. I can see that some people, are just like literally like going like, subbing to her and just watching her stream and just trolling and like not give her any money. Yeah, you can see that type of stuff happens, and they like to make fun of her for that. And I can see I've seen that type of behavior before in streams. But, like I remember Brittany Valente, when she first started out, I realized she was just trolling. I realized she just did that stuff. $5 for using her mouth online is underpaid. Well, yeah, that's true. It doesn't make much profit when you start calling people names and calling them stuff. I can imagine that happening. She basically will have to be throwing $5 at. I think most people should throw $5 at her in real life. To see how it feels to be underpaid. Because all she wants is $5, guys. Can someone just give her $5? Come on. because she's demanding $5. And I think she deserves $5. And that's the truth. So let's see, what else do we have? Let's see, what else do we have right now? Because because this is really upsetting. All right, let's see. The Comic Perch. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Because I know she doesn't deserve the $5, but unfortunately I have a feeling that everyone who followed her just to follow her and not sub to her, because here's the thing. You got people like Amaranth, you got people like let me see here. You have people like Pokimane. A lot of people, she doesn't really, attack people that much. Sure, people don't like what's her name? Like, I know there's like Teschaka. She's actually a streamer, and I do respect her. I know that Jenny Meowie, whatever her name is, she's getting a lot of followers, even though she's slowly rising in subs. There's a lot of people that do content, and I know that they actually, try to create the content that they want and show off, their stuff. There's a lot of people like Shasha Gray, for example. She's like a porn star, from what I understand, and like from what I heard, and there's like several porn stars that go on, that do go on only if she swallows. $5, yes. I wish, but that's not gonna happen. Because that's not that. Yeah, because there's several, like, I know there's a lot of like Twitch streamers that are like either porn stars, strippers, or nude cam girls that want to make a living, and they decide to go into Twitch because they're the hot girls and they can get popular easily and get more money that way. It's kind of a difficult thing too. And I know Celestia Vega got into the porn industry recently, and she's also a content creator, but she's also a streamer. And she doesn't get like the biggest views on Twitch. Like, it's kind of sad. Like 229 people. It's kind of pretty low. When you have like Amaranth, she can get like around 1,000 or 2,000 views, and that's the average that you'll see among Twitch viewership with a lot of people. Like, I know Pokimane gets probably around 3,000 to 2,000. It depends, because there's a lot of viewership in certain areas. Like Caseytron, for example, I'm looking at her, and she got like 571 views. She used to have like 1,000 views back when she didn't do the whole slut thing. Now, right now, Pokimane has like 21.6k views, and she's at Universal Studios right now. And there's some that can get about, like, I know there's like a cosplayer that got about, like, the average is 2,000 views, and that's kind of weird though. She's the best to be able to suck a golf ball through the garden hose through. That's a good one, Rob. That's a good one. Oh boy. As far as I know, that's kind of what it is. And it's like, you get these people who do this type of stuff, but that's pretty much it. And it's kind of funny how people are just pretty upset about it. Let me see here. Let me show you guys something. Like, there are several, like you can see right here. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now, as you can see. And it's sort of weird, though, because a lot of people are kind of, like, surprised by that. But as far as I know, that's pretty much what goes on. Like, you have to create the content that people would want to watch. If you're gonna go into booty shorts and such, you'll have a better chance of succeeding sometimes. But that all depends on how attractive you are and how. And it's kind of true, because a lot of the women who do this stuff work their asses off to do it. And they do, like, weird, like, comical stuff that would be funny and entertaining. Like, I'm pretty sure some people would react to that. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And then they would probably be like, oh, cool, that's pretty neat. Oh, man. I don't know what to say. Or to be lighter than the choir boy, a pope. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. Oh, man. Excuse me. I'm really burping out loud. Now, there's a lot of things that people kind of talk about. Like, I kind of wish I figured out what to do with this. Like, let me see if I can figure out, because I know a lot of people are talking about anime and how the anime is trying to be the anime. So let's see here, because people are talking about the anime. What happens when the anime is seriously getting out there with the anime? Let's see if I could find something, because I remembered watching the video, because a lot of people are talking about the anime with the anime titties and the anime tatas. Let's see. Speaking of which, about the anime tatas, let's see here. Like, everyone's getting upset over Thundercats Roar. And I kind of have to agree with them. It's the worst show ever made. But I'm not trying to, bash the creators. I understand the creators were not really the creators. They just gave the creators a chance to prove themselves to do that show because they wanted to get more work in the industry. And that's the truth. To get more experience. And a lot of people are talking about Hellbiv, whatever that animated series was. And I remember there was a lot of things that trend over that one. The power to, let's see what's trending. The power to do this. Let me see if the anime. I gotta look up the anime for a moment. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, because I gotta see why people are going crazy over anime. Because everyone's talking about the anime, and there's been some recent developments about the anime. Let me see if I can look up something. And let's see. Tokyo Mirage Encore Switch bombs harder than the Wii U original, thanks to censorship and release of the bigger name games like Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, or OS of the Three Kingdoms 14. So let's see here. Yeah, that's been happening too. Let's see here. Let me see what profiles. I guess I've been hearing about this for a while. I'm trying to look up something. Like, I'm going to show you guys something, and I want you to get your... Like, there's a new animated series that's on the Sci-Fi Channel that they're planning to do. And tell me what you think of this. This picture that they're trying to make. A sci-fi romps up in animation push first of the original series pilot orders for a new TZG block, which they're trying to become the next Adult Swim. That's what they're trying to do. because I remember they used to do anime, anime week and all that other stuff, but they decided to go with niche indie, indie animations. Like, additionally, the network has ordered 15-minute pilots of Wildlife about animal friends just trying to stay alive after the apocalypse, and Devil May Care about the devil hiring a social media coordinator to improve his image. Yeah. So they're actually hiring indie people to make a show, to make animated shows. And they're also trying to get Seth MacFarlane into this as well. And considering that he did the Orville, which I kind of like the Orville, to be honest with you guys, because it's a really good show. I think they're trying to, also put that in there too, because there is a lot of people really like the Orville, and to be honest with you, sci-fi, has been really failing in the in that side of the whole thing. I know it's really bad. I'm looking up the Punch Did Lasagna. Yeah, I know. That it does feel like it is, because they're trying to market this, and I hope a lot of people would do this, because they're the new TZ acquisitions, including Purgatory, a low-level bureaucrat. Purgatory claims the adjusters blah 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 for death. Okay, so they're trying to put out some indie magic shows called Magical Girl Friendship Squad, which is a 15-minute short series, Wildlife, Devil May Care, which are just 15-minute shorts. So I'm assuming, and guess who's co-created this? Doug Goldstein, sorry, of Robot Chicken. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Epstein is doing Devil May Care. It's produced by Psyops. Like, I just hope they know what they're doing, because they're trying to do this new block, the TZGZ block for sci-fi. And I just hope it doesn't, suck, because really they are trying to go after, the niche animation fans. Like, they want people to look at their stuff, trying to compete against Adult Swim, which I think that's going to fail, because if they're going to make shows like this, they need to attract people that could watch that overnight, and it possibly would be something that you would probably not watch. But we'll see if some of these shows that they're trying to do for 15 minutes would be entertaining. If they suck, then I would probably not watch them, because you'll see the promo for it on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it's like, I'll show you guys the promo to this, but I'm not going to play the music because it's kind of what they're trying to do. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the promo, but yeah, here you go. And you might recognize some of the shows, because some of them were on streaming apps and some of them were on streaming services. As you can see, they are using some of the held in. Like, I recognize this, The Lioness. I recognize that one, because that was on a streaming service. High Wizard was also another one, and those were produced on a streaming service that I seen before. They were previewed on a. So I assume that they were trying to promote this show, and it's like, this is the thing that they're trying to do on the Sci-Fi Channel, which I think is going to be a bad idea, because I don't know what to tell you guys, that Sci-Fi is screwed. So to use anime would be she do the fishing in the North Star for $5. I probably would love to see that happen if you paid her $5 to do that, and put it on YouTube and upload it and see what happens. Let's see, what else? Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, yes. Now I remember. Here it is. Anime Man is talking about this. Revenge porn. The anime. What the hell? Like, let me see. I'm going to show you guys a video by Anime Man. He's kind of worried about this anime popping up. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys. So here we go.
How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man, and welcome back to another episode of Fuck Japan, the occasional show where I take some of the weirdest, strangest, most WTF things about anime, manga, otaku culture, or just Japan in general. You know how this shit works. Now listen, let me just clear up one big thing that's going to be a huge point in today's video. I love dark fantasy stories. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Berserk, Claymore, Shinsekai Yori, fuck it, throw in a little bit of Blood Plus in there for shits and giggles. And there you have a pretty good collection of some raw and gritty yet super encapsulating stories of swords, magic, and everything else.
I'm gonna keep this short, guys.
One thing about dark fantasy that I particularly enjoy, it's that it's a refined art. So many people have attempted to write some gripping and edgy dark fantasy stories, especially in the manga and anime world, and yet there are so many that have come out quite unsuccessfully. And that's because I feel that the genre of dark fantasy especially is a serious hit or a miss. It's very easy to fuck up, make super generic, or just way too edgy for the sake of edgy. And this one manga / light novel series that my good friend Dai Tomodachi opened the doors up to me for, and just so happens to be the creme de la creme of today's The Fuck Japan episode, just so happens to be all of the above. Now some of you might be looking at the title of today's video and thinking to yourself, wow, Joey, nice clickbait as usual, dipshit. But after you finish watching this video, if you do decide to stick around, I think you'll come to realize that this is really the only way that I can describe this piece that we'll be talking about. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, my purest of ladies and my most degenerate of gentlemen, today we'll be looking into and deeply analyzing this particular manga and light novel series, which I believe to be some of the most fucked up, messed up, and most edgy series to come out in the 21st century. And that series is simply titled Redo of a Healer. The story is set in a world of heroes and demons, as our main protagonist, Kiaru, is summoned by the heroes of time to partake in their party to destroy the evil demon lord and reclaim the land once and for all. After analyzing Kiaru's powers, the heroes discover that he falls under the Healer class, a backup class centered around healing the wounds of its party members. But the world isn't all daisies and rainbows for Kiaru, as he is tortured, beat up, and manipulated to do everything that his party members force him to do. If they need healing, they'll whip, beat, and fuck it out of him. Literally. However, one day, Kiaru realizes that his healing powers may not just be used to tend to wounds, but rather, with some tweaking, could possibly be the strongest class of them all, and that he hasn't been able to use them to the fullest extent due to his quote-unquote loyal party members depriving him of everything in his life. Thus, using his now awoken true healing powers, Kiaru decides to heal the world, causing time to turn back a whole 4 years before he joined the party so that he can redo everything again. But this time, Kiaru has a taste for revenge, and now it's his turn to seek out his past party members and pay back for everything that they did to him in his past life. Now, as you can see, that synopsis made no goddamn sense. And listen, my boys, that's not just me being shit at writing synopsis for stories, okay? Like, it's just genuinely a illogical and completely absurd story. First of all, these healing powers that our main protagonist Kiaru supposedly has, it's not healing powers at all. You've all been lied to. Because not only can this boy heal wounds like in any RPG-like game setting, but he can also heal abilities from other people and make it his own. He can heal physical properties into other physical properties through the use of alchemy. He can heal demons and evil spirits into its purest form, therefore nullifying every single attack that they come up with. And he can heal the world, causing time to reverse back to however long he desires whilst still maintaining his memories. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds fucking retarded, doesn't it? Can you imagine if you were playing like Final Fantasy and the white mage just shows up, starts fucking shooting fire.
Alright, I'm gonna skip this.
Turning all the series that are still waiting in line for their anime adaptation. But how the fuck are they going to animate any of this for TV? I don't think the anime industry boardroom people realize just how fucked up of a show this is. Like, this isn't some, like, One Piece-esque shonen we're dealing with here. If there was one thing I could pinpoint as to why an anime adaptation for this is just absolutely absurd, it boils down really to the main character's character. It's just a little insane. And by a little insane, I mean, like, clinically insane. Because the way that this author created this revenge-crazed protagonist is synonymous to an SAO fanfic written by a 15-year-old who only grew up watching a Serbian film and I Spit on Your Grave. Like, this show is just so goddamn edgy. You could slice your finger at how sharp the edge is. Ow! My finger! Ow! Let me give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. In chapter 6 of the manga, after tricking and capturing her previous party leader, which happens to be the princess to the ruling kingdom, our main protagonist starts to question and torture his captive. And I'm not going to show any of this next scene because I don't want to get demonetized or caught by COPPA, so I'm going to be giving you a description whilst my lovely editor Thomas is going to do his best with his art skills. By question and torture in this case, I mean he breaks each one of the fingers on her hands one by one, then heals her hands to do it all over again, and then after interrogating her with a hot iron rod that he creates through his healing alchemy, he straight up beats and rapes her to completion. I can't make that shit up if I tried, and I wish.
Yeah.
Let me just clear up what...
So, as far as I know, this anime is coming out, and it's not a hentai, it is an anime. So yeah, they're gonna bring this out, and that's how controversial this anime is going to become. And a lot of people are talking about this anime in particular because, well, it's gonna be one hell of an anime that is very edgy as hell. So that's pretty much it. But it's gonna become the most edgiest anime ever told. That's pretty much what's going on, and a lot of people are talking about this, and it's pretty much a revenge porn for fans, and of course it's going to cause a big upset in the anime community, because I know there's some anime fanatics that are very, overprotective of the community, and they would possibly get upset and try to whine about this one. Personally, I don't have an issue with stories like this, but when it comes down to it, I guess some people decide to bring it out. So, let's see if I can figure out something here. I know there's something here that I could look at. There's another thing that I recall that that I should talk about, but unfortunately, a lot of people are talking about this, about the game workers, thing. Like, I don't like the idea. I know some people want, like, we blocked access to the archive. We can, because your device contains dangerous content, to avoid the risk containing the Windows. Like, oh, they really love to do that, don't they? We blocked this. Hold on. We blocked the access to blah 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 because your site might be compromised by devices. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I know. Like, as you can see by my other posts, blah blah blah. Yeah, like, a lot of people are talking about the deal here. Like, they're practically trying to beat up the video game industry with this crap. And there's been some talk about the game workers thing, and I noticed a lot of people are talking about this again. Because I had to look at the points of unity that includes the right to censor politics and pro-employer. And I had to look up this one thing from the Cthulhu from the people who created the Cthulhu game, and I'll have to agree with them on this, that I don't want to buy this game because it creeps the hell out of me how they put out a message saying this, and I'll show you. If you're a fascist, you're not welcome to play this game. It's against the rules. If you're reading this and you're thinking you're just call everyone you disagree with a fascist, then you were probably a fascist or incapable of drawing interferences from context of acknowledging the political climate that causes oppressed to be hyperbolic. Don't play this game. I just don't understand why. But considering that the content contains like guys that are dressed up in leather and all that other stuff, I can see why, you know, you thought it would be a great idea to basically put homosexuals in this in a way to to promote equality and all that other stuff in a Cthulhu-verse, making them villains and all that stuff, which I don't know what to say about this, but isn't that a little bit crazy or a little bit of a stupid idea to basically make Cthulhu into, you know, and start up a sex cult and all that other stuff that you're going to try to perform with gay men in a universe like this, putting out the idea of gender identity? Well, you might as well. Congratulations, you guys. You just created a game calling it gender identity. I wonder how gender fluid is going to work in this game. But as far as I know, putting it into an RPG, I don't know what to say about this, but the Fate of Cthulhu game, this is what it's called. And the fact that they, you know, it is true that H.P. Lovecraft believed in those ideas, but he actually married a Jewish woman. Known fact, he did. And a lot of people are talking about this game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, as much as that they're trying to resort to, you know, game makers, you know, union drive, well, good luck with that. But I found out that there was some people talking about a particular person, and I remember people bringing up Marja Jasinski, whatever her name is, in this whole thing. And then someone brought up another name like Emma Kinma, who a lot of people talked about her, and to find out she's a Q&A tester, which she doesn't really have any, you know, games to her credit other than the fact she's a Q&A tester, and she's in the games industry that works in California, and there wasn't much of a background towards her because she doesn't have much experience just organizing protests as her job. That's all she ever did in this whole situation with the Game Workers United thing. And when I looked into this, you know, it seems like a lot of the women that were involved in this don't have, you know, background experience in the game industry other than the fact that they tested games. And I was like talking to some people about this and wondering about why are the journalists taking their side. Well, it turns out, you know, a lot of them have been very supportive of this group and the fact that there's been some changes going on in California and what they're doing in California, and it's kind of suspicious on what they're doing because we noticed that a lot of the people behind this organization are not really game developers, and I don't think they understand the struggle behind it, on the fact that they feel, and I can understand the Q&A testers are another thing that they just test out the game and actually try to, you know, work out the kinks and the bugs out of the game to see if it works or not. But as far as I know, you know, a lot of people talked about this issue with Game Workers United and talking about the ideas about it. And this is becoming one of those situations where people are talking about it. And I just hope, because a lot of people talked about this, and there's not much credit behind her, especially when she talks about that she makes $13 an hour to quality insurance tester for game developers in Orange County and lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 other people. She estimated that she typically spends 60 hours a weekend attending conferences and training, advising workers in efforts to underwrite with the online funds, raising accounts, and yields nearly $1,000 a month. And I looked into this and I realized I can see why she's struggling to make a lot of money, and it's nearly a lot, not enough to get by. And I can see that there's been a lot of problems in the game industry, but she's not a real game developer per se. She's just a Q&A tester that works in Orange County, which is the most expensive place to go to. And the problem with this issue is that Game Workers United is pretty suspicious to me, and I can see there's been some stuff that's been talked about for a while, but as far as I know, I'm gonna have to go, guys, because I would talk to you guys about this because of the fact that Game Workers United thing is kind of suspicious, and I did already talk about Puerto Rico. If you missed that, you can look that back, because I did show you guys the clips and everything. And anyways, guys, I gotta go, so keep your I hope you guys enjoy this. Anyways, catch you later. Bye bye, because I gotta go.